Good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very interesting game between Elyon Volleyball Club and Nemo Stars Volleyball Club. The game is shortly underway. I have been seeing your comments. Quite interesting. You have been very patient, and of course now is the time. We do have the referees there. We do have Okiria and we do have Major. Major being the first referee and Okiria being the second referee, and now the starting players for both teams. You can hear the excitement in there. Shot number 4, Elnino Patterson starting. Atubite Emmanuel, the middle blocker in there. Shot number 8, Ochom Emmanuel, jersey number 9. Opoya, fan favorite, jersey number 10. Owinjo Silva, former fan favorite, that is jersey number 14. Okwe Lambert, jersey number 17. And of course, starting level is Samanya Moses Harrison. And Coach Joshua there leading the charges. And for Team Nemo Stars, there is Smith, Okumu, jersey 2. There is Malinga, the middle blocker. There is Taremwa Willington. There is Federico Majinya. There is Captain George Aporu, legendary. There is Onapa Geoffrey, and starting libero is Happy Ayeware, who conspicuously missed out on the second game, which Nemo did lose out on to Elyon. And just for clarity, one of the two teams today will earn the right to play Sporters Volleyball Club in the finals. But before that, we do have a very interesting 5 sets to play, if we shall anyway go for 5 sets. It is an interesting game because the previous one, Nemo Stars, did lose out on Elyon Stars, the youngsters, by a scoreline that is very, very big, 3 sets to 0. Yeah, that is how it sounds, that you cannot believe that Nemo Stars, perennial winners, 6-time champions, losing out to semi-finalist debutants. This is the first time Elyon is playing in the semi-finals or in any playoff for that matter in the National Volleyball League. But of course, I will be taking you through this game. It's going to be an interesting game, and you definitely keep those comments coming. I do see Hassan Damalida saying, as a former player of Nemo Stars, I'm sure Nemo Stars are taking it home. Well. That is an interesting prediction coming from someone who played for Nemo Stars. Regendo Johnson is back saying, Nemo, hope you want Nkumba. I'm sure you mean losing. Opacha Kelvin saying Nemo Stars is overreading. They didn't revise. Okay. Akankunda saying, may the best team win. Adieri, hello dear. From Mente, we say thank you for your commentary. Welcome, Adieri. I didn't see you the last time, but of course now the game is underway. Willington, Big Will as is commonly known, with the service. Very interesting young man, that one. He has earned his place in the Nemo team. Not a very easy thing to do, but he has, and he takes us underway. And there we go. The first attempt at the service goes away, and Elyon in the lead. Something that very many people want to hear consistently. By the way, it is not the first time Elyon is beating up on a very big giant. They did beat up on Sporters in the regular season by 3 sets to 0. And so it was some kind of redemption on the side of Sporters. Everyone who was laughing at them they were reminding them that, well, the same thing happened to us. And now Malinga takes us away with a very beautiful hit through the middle. And you can see he's trying to happen to us. Yeah, nice pick up there from Federico. Very nice pick up. Beautiful. Mark Magica is saying, Federico, I have your supper today. Godwin Kamwesiga saying, Elyon Jew. And I do see someone here saying, anything can happen, and I agree. Alieri got caught up. Okay, we are on. Smith with the service, Nemo Stars leading. And what do we... Nicely done by Opoya there. And what does he do? The ball... And Smith there caught off guard. Couldn't keep that ball in. Now we do have Ochom Emmanuel with the service. He played very, very well the last time they versed each other. And let us see what the young man presents today. Very nice service. That one picked up by George. And George, of course, as you would expect, the celebrations today from Nemo Stars are showing something different. It shows a team that is very determined from the start. I do not remember the last time the two celebrated like that. You can see that kind of celebration. I think they are sending a very clear message from the start. They are sending a very, very clear message. But George, the captain, is also now adding to those very unforced errors and serving out. And it will now be Atobite, the young middle blocker there with the service. Nemo still chasing 3-4, but of course the game is still very, very early to call on any kind of prediction, even from my side. But for me, I think it is anyone's game as we speak. By the way, Nemo Stars has called on quite a number of their players who have not even been playing in regular season. To mention, Salva is in the building, Dewo is in the building, and so you can imagine what kind of intentions they have. They are very serious about this one. They have also twisted their lineup a bit. This time around, Onapa is starting. They did like you had the Nemo coach Okapis mentioned the other time. They made a mistake not to start Onapa the other time, but this time around Onapa has started, and they clearly have serious intention. Now what does Owinjo do? And Owinjo strikes that one beautifully on the line, going past Federico. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. But you can see that there's nothing absolutely Federico could do. Yeah, he simply couldn't close out that line, and he found Malinga unable to put that ball out. It was just next to his foot. I love to see Silva Owinjo back to his best. This is exactly what I want to see from the young man. He gave us some very beautiful volleyball before he got injured, and it's exciting to see him back. He floats that one though with a jump floater. Now what does Federico do? Federico hits it. It's blocked back, and shall it be a free ball? It is. And what do? The young men, they know how to use free balls, and they do. They strike that from Opoya. And now Federico this time round does not make a mistake. He goes past Lambert, and there is no bringing that one back. Schoolboys from Namugongo Elyon, that is Dennis Bakaruba, I think, trying to explain to someone. And yes, just saying you are watching from Dar es Salaam, Ruache Otulimba. Bright Stick saying Leon. Kakasale saying Bright Indeka Eyakureke. 6-4, Nemo leading, and it is on upper service. He'll go for the jump service. And it's very simple. It's instead more of a floater, but Opoya is up there. It is nicely picked up by the captain. And I can tell you, Federico is having no prisoners today. My God, Federico is in his mood. The young man is in the mood. I love that strike. He's having no free balls to bring back to Elyon. He caught Silva Owinjo quite flat-footed on that, and you can see Coach Joshua wants to clearly eat him up. Yeah, I love that. Yes, you can see Okapis is clearly happy with these charges. Even now, Elyon heads into the first timeout. I believe that is a very, very early timeout. They could have used those timeouts later on in the game. It is too early to call for a timeout. They will need it, and they will not have it anywhere. But anyway, I am not the coach. I do not know. But I feel that is quite early to call a timeout. But it is beautiful, beautiful volleyball here, and I like the intent. It is clear intent from Nemo from the start. I love the strikes that this young man Federico is bringing onto the Nemo force. We are yet to see the best of Opoya. We have just seen a few, actually one strike to be specific from Silva Owinjo, but the young man Opoya is still quiet, and I want to see how he lines up, especially against the Nemo block. But it is still on Napa with the service. Will he go for the jump floater? Let us see what he does. He goes for this, and this time around he puts that through the net. Yeah, he wanted, I think, to choose power, but the moment he had two thoughts on that service, things change. Now let us see what Opoya does with the service. Will he replicate what exactly Onapa has done, or he will put some power to that? He chooses slight power. It is nicely picked up by Federico, the young man. I think he is the silent gun that has been deployed by Nemo Stars today. He is the silent gun. You can see what the young man is doing. He is making no mistakes, rising up above the middle blocker Lambert and ensuring that that ball is pinned down. No mistakes. Nicely done by the libero. And Opoya, the young man, is now in the game. He has started his trademark backcourts. He's hitting them. You can see how he does that. Yeah. George simply couldn't keep that up, and even Happy could not keep the ball up. 6-8, the young men chasing Lambert with the service. Nicely picked up by George. The ball will be pushed back set. And Onapa makes no mistake. This time around, he doesn't go for the kill. He simply goes for the score. You can see nice back set. Looks for that diagonal and finds Atubite napping. He couldn't keep his hands down to ensure that that ball is directed back to the court. And Onapa uses those hands and the ball is let out. 9-6, Nemo Stars in the driving seat. Kanyesi Flavia Rita saying this time out might cost Joshua later on. I agree, it was too early for my liking. Picked up nicely by the libero. Ball is sent to the middle. It will have Elyon will have another opportunity. And this time round, the resultant block by Malinga is out. Ochiti Samuel saying, Derico, I'm live. Elyon must fall. Godwin Kamwesia saying the Opoya Kawa. Rashid Kavoyo Nemo is trying to prove something. Yes, they are. El Nino now with the service. The young man, El Nino Patterson. Where do these young men get these names from? He does a simple service, but it creates some kind of discomfort for George. And it is true. His resultant attack is blocked back. The young boys is enjoying. The young boys are enjoying, sorry. Yeah, you can see that. Beautiful, beautiful block, that one. The young man, El Nino Patterson, creating a lot of discomfort for Nemo Stars. Nicely picked up by Federico. And Malinga puts that away. Rises up above and uses his very flexible wrist. I love the wrist and makes no mistake. Yeah, you can see what that particular set meant for Smith. He directed it and he was praying against all hope that the ball does not return as a result of a block. But now that is picked up by Opoya, back set. And the young man, Ochom Emmanuel, you can see, strikes that on the line. Yeah, beautifully done. Back set, and Ochom Emmanuel doesn't make a mistake. The ball is too far for Happy. He couldn't reach that particular ball. Mariam Naiga Elyon Kuvabuto. Mariam Malekerawe into Evyo. Aya Elyon Kuvabuto. Kirunji Lian saying, Opoya, my boy. The young man is still yet to get into the game, as you all want to expect him, but he's coming. Greetings to you, Mariam Naiga. Thank you for watching. It is always nice. Now George with the service. The last time he did it, it went through the net. Let us see if he's not going to make the same mistake again. He doesn't. The ball is over. And now back set. Owinjo makes sure the ball goes through with precise power. The ball will not return. Yeah, nice the back set there for Owinjo. You can see he uses that Malinga block. He couldn't simply close his hands out, and the young man ensured that the ball does not return. 10-11, Atubite with a simple floater. And Onapa makes sure that he uses that short blocker of Opoya. The ball couldn't return. He hit those fingers. And for me, I believe if Nemo must get anything away from this game, they must make sure that at least their middle is on upper is functioning, and from what we have seen, even Federico is on. George can simply be reserved for the dangerous times. Yes, he can be reserved for the dangerous times, but for those three, they must be on. What does Opoya do? Opoya hits that, and it is picked up by Malinga. Unprecedented, I've never seen that. But now Opoya makes sure the ball does not return. He ensures the ball is far from Malinga. The ball, Malinga couldn't simply dive there. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the confirmation from Elyon. Yeah, you can see that one picked up, but the resultant pick up by the libero. This time round, Opoya makes sure that he goes past Onapa and the ball will not return. Yeah, you can see what that means for the young boy. The young boy is beaming with a lot of confidence. And that will definitely be a jump service. My God, an ace. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, wow, wow. Miscommunication from who? The miscommunication was entirely between George and his libero. When was the last time you saw that? And guess what? We are level on points, and it is Owinjo with the service. He adds more power, discomforting the Nemo reception, and the resultant attack by Onapa lands on Onapa himself even before he could get back down. The young boys are beaming on confidence, and this is exactly not what the Nemo Stars would want to see today. They want to immediately catch that up. It is 13-12, Owinjo with the third service. President Sadiq Nasir saying good commentary. Thanks for watching, Mr. President. Opacha saying Opoya. What does now Owinjo do? He adds more power, but this time round the ball goes away, much to the relief of Team Nemo Stars. It is an interesting game, I can tell you. If you manage to come, please do. Kagala Leon saying we go Elyon by 6, we are back. Godwin Kamwesiga saying even the commentator supports Nemo. You do not know that. Wow, wow. Opoya quite ambitious on that one. I think he was very, very ambitious on that one. Yeah, the ball was not, that wasn't a very, very particularly nice pass. And the resultant set was all equally ambitious, too high for the liking of Opoya. And you can see even from the expression of his face, he didn't simply like that. But it will work. I'm sure they'll pick up the pieces as young men do and try to make scores and make good of the next. Nicely done by Opoya. What will push to him, and he makes no mistake. He is making no mistakes on that one, using the shot blocker and ensuring that the ball lands dry and dusted. Yeah, past Smith. There is simply nothing Smith could do. Beautiful, beautiful set, that one by El Nino Patterson. And it shall now be Opoya with the service. Shall he go for the jump service? Of course. Let us see the power. Will he put some power and pace on it? Let us see. He chooses to oh my God. Now that service is away. He balloons that one away. But there is nothing much his teammates are going to tell him. He knows, they definitely know he will recover that one. This game is quite interesting. It is point per point. Point per point. And this is not where Nemo wants it to be. I think they want to have something like a 3 or 4 point lead. Nicely picked up by Opoya. And the back set for Owinjo. And the ball is attacked out. He was looking for the line, but he instead struck. Yeah, he hit the belt on its way out. I think it was not very tall for his liking. He loves them very high, so he would have preferred it higher. But now it is Federico. That won't matter. He chooses a floater. It discomforts Lambert, and it shall be a free ball to Nemo Stars. What will they do? George makes no mistake, but the ball is up for Elyon, and my God, they give them another free ball. Will they get punished? They also, the kind of exchanges they are having in terms of free balls. Owinjo decides that he has had enough. Owinjo Silva decides that he has had enough, and what does... yes, Owinjo decides that he has had enough. But it's actually a Nemo point. I think there was some kind of crossing. Yes, yes, yes. But now Federico puts that service away, and Okapis is not happy. You can see the way he slaps those hands of his. He's not very happy with that one. Lambert now with the service. This Masa in Emokama seems there is nothing Opoya ain't good at. Adieri George is old. Bananga, you people. George is old. Even so, John Smith discovered. Back set by Smith, and there will be 4 hits. From where I'm seated, there shall be 4 hits. Oh, it is a ball out, and Onapa definitely not happy with that. Kwagala Lilianza, where they're saying, but how old is George? You people, the things you're asking. I wish I had his NIN number here. I would have just checked. But let us focus on volleyball. Rukundo Smith, hope Nemo brought enough water. That goes away. Lambert not particularly happy with that one. Coach Joshua wants to signal that the ball was out, but he is not calling for a challenge, and it shall now be Big Wheel with the service. This Masa in Isaiah Abimanya saying Nemo, George Bankene saying it's Patterson or not Patterson besides. Nice commentary. Thank you. It is Peterson. Okay, Peterson, not Patterson. Oh my God. The young man there, Atubite, strikes that ball outside. He was looking for the hands. They did not come. And now Nemo leading 19-16 as King Solo here lies that he's in Islamabad. King Solo, you need to stop those things, by the way. What does Big Wheel do? Let us see. Nicely done, picked up nicely by the libero. And guess what happens? Opoya makes no mistake. He strikes that in the backcourt. The boy enjoys those ones. I don't know. Just watch that. Brilliant. Onapa simply couldn't keep that back. I don't know. One day I'll want to have a conversation with Opoya. I need him to tell me. He must tell us what he believes, what he thinks about every time he's up in the air. I want to have that conversation with him. But now, Malinga, they have yet to find a solution for him in the middle. He is dumping, he's hitting them hard. He is simply enjoying himself. And Smith has simply found out that magic. That just put that ball up for Malinga and he will strike that ball. 20 Nemo Stars, 17 Elyon. Smith with the service. And it is actually the second time out. I remember calling one earlier. Second time out for Team Elyon, and Coach Joshua, from what I'm seeing, has nothing particular to tell his boys. He has left his assistant to speak. So you might want to think he's also letting them to rest a bit. And for Okapis, you can see what he's trying to tell his charges. Telling them not to waste this particular opportunity. Usually for volleyball, unlike other sports, but actually even other sports, when a team takes the first set, they gain momentum. The pressure changes and things happen quite differently. Opit George saying Nemo Stars don't know the secret in Wellington. He is really a silent point maker. Well, they will hear you. Starico Academy saying Nemo Jew. Rukundo Onapa is joking around as usual. And beautiful block there, combination by George and Malinga, and they will definitely do their signature celebration where they do rotate around the court and end up by saying shutter. They love that. That was a beautiful block. And you can see what exactly that means to them. I can tell you they have just returned from a 3-0 thrashing from the same side. So any point they get, especially when it comes off such a beautiful block, they definitely feel they must celebrate. George Smith with the service. Very discomforting. It is an ace from Smith. finding Opoya very flat-footed. Very uncharacteristic of Opoya. He should have moved. And now the substitutions come. Peterson is taken off for 13, the younger setter, and Emmanuel Ochom taken off as well, just number 6 brought on. Moshabe Roger saying nice blocking, listen and advice. I love Elyon, but I love Nemo more. Now you need to choose a side. Adieri says she has ever had a conversation with Opoya and he's a timid guy. Beautiful strike by Owinjo. You're saying he's so timid and shy. Then I would want to know what kind of conversation you are having. Baluku is saying Opoya is just so good. However, he's a boy against men. Well. Listen and advising that grown from Kapi. Well, keep those ones coming. The young man now just the number 6 with the service. He chooses it a floater, and Smith does the simple jump service, but with one hand, and Malinga puts it away. It is now 23-18, and I can hear someone here near me already predicting that it's going to be a 3-0. It is only one set so far. You don't have to lose hope. Anyone else thinks it is going to be a 3-0, send your predictions here. Nicely picked up, and it will be Opoya. He chooses those hands. Makes no mistake of Onapa this time round. Yeah, the ball wasn't to his liking, but he chose to score instead of choosing the hard hit. Yeah, you can see that. He actually struck it quite well off the hands of Onapa. It is Onapa who simply didn't put out his arms well to ensure that he covers his line and make sure the ball doesn't pass through. Nicely picked up by Federico. It is pushed to him. And Federico is enjoying himself again. Every time he comes to 4, he's hitting them line, he's hitting them diagonal. And he has now made sure that, why was the young setter dodging that ball? It was exactly in his line. But now it is set point, Team Nemo. And Elyon trailing by 19 now. Picked up nicely by Opoya, and the ball is back to him. And he makes no mistake. Even George couldn't simply keep that ball up. I don't know, there's something simply about Opoya. He is testing everything about George. The George we used to know, the guy who used to pick up those balls, the guy who used to receive excellently well, has been tested by Opoya, and I can tell you, I also want to have a conversation with George to tell him what he has to. I want to know what does he have to say about the young man. But now it is Owinjo, chooses it simple, and now it is Big Will. Someone did comment that he's a silent point maker, but there he is, 25-20, and you can see Mark there jubilating. He did not have a smile on his face the last time these two sides met. But now there will be very many talking points for the Elyon side. One of them is that Opoya must be brought into the game. He is, I think, a little bit silent. He is silent for Elyon's liking, but now we do return for the second set. Someone is saying that embrace new talent and respect the legend. I agree. I will talk after the game. You're a coward. Eh? Rugendo saying we are Team Elyon. The elders will get tired. Mariam Naiga is agreeing. Ashawa Joyce, Team Elyon. Mugisha Dixon. Where is Ongom? I think Ongom retired from volleyball. What do I think he retired? Okay, now Elyon does take us away. And it is not a beautiful pass from Federico, and they get punished. Not a very beautiful pass from Federico. And he almost caused his teammates get hit there. He would want to change that immediately. The young man El Nino ensuring he discomforts them. What does he do now? Nicely done by Happy. Back set by to Onapa, and the ball is up. It shall be a free ball to Nemo Stars. What do they respond with? And Willington makes sure the ball does not return. Yeah, I love that kind of play. When people give you a free ball, when they give you lemons, you make lemonade. That was a beautiful hit. Of course, it would have been better if it had sounded the way middle blockers love making them sound. But either way, it is a point, and that is the one they needed most. Big Will now immediately with the service. Nicely done. The libero, the ball is up. My God. Opoya loves those ones. And he loves those ones, I can tell you. Just watch that. Brilliant, brilliant set. And there's nothing. He chooses the position he wants to place the ball, and he puts the ball there. There is nothing, absolutely nothing even George could do about that. He simply watched on as the ball landed. I think this young man should get a call to the national team. His height irrespective. The young man should be called. I think he's playing really well. When you look at the number of people who play his position and the kind of impact they have, I think his statistics are quite up there. I don't know what people think. But that's the kind of debate I want to have. Beautiful block, that one. But of course, even the kind of hit that George... Anyway, not to take away the beautiful block, but yeah, you saw... Oh, anyway, it was a beautiful one. It was a beautiful one from Owinjo. He made sure that the hands are there. Kagumia Yona Shwenkuru. Nice pick by Federico. Back set to Onapa. Oh my God. Where was Lambert heading? Actually, it's not Lambert. It is the young man Atubai, Ochom. Ochom, where was he heading? Oh, the touch by Opoya biased him. Yeah, I can see now. Kaguma Yona Nshwekuru is saying add Opoya on budget. I think, I agree. Listen and advice, say respect players. We shall all age. Hey. That conversation, I shall not participate. Yeah, Opoya making happy play cricket. Eskurumba saying Elyon needs to get Nemo into pressure corner. Anyways, I'm here recruiting Opoya to national team, receiving attacker position. I agree. Some people have failed to retire, so young kids can't play. Nice blow. Kanyike saying I would call Opoya instead of Choma. Instead of Duke, only if I was the coach of the national team. How about if both come? Bright Stick says, guys, did they call Opoya for the national team? I don't think they have called the national team yet. They haven't called the national team. They haven't called even the coaches. So we are waiting. Beautiful strike by Malinga. But personally, I would call Opoya just to see. I think he would give the other people, they would call a run for their money. And not to put, for example, Malinga Cuthbert in this conversation. No, I wouldn't want to put him in this conversation. But for Opoya, since he's a young man, I would call him. Now, Captain George with the service. Nicely done. Oh, it is not actually a very good pass. But I told you, Opoya has no free balls. Opoya simply has no free balls, and I love that kind of attitude. He passed poorly. The ball was set by Owinjo, and I can tell you, Opoya found happy napping. And he couldn't simply direct the ball up or towards the setter. And Coach Joshua there telling his charges not to simply get excited, to concentrate. And now Owinjo with the service. Hey. Oh my God. Captain George couldn't pass well. He was discomforted there by the Owinjo service. And you can see what that meant to him. Emma's top saying we keep lead Elyon. The resultant service now by Owinjo goes through the net. Kurumba saying Opoya is lethal in front and backcourt. Who else can you equate him with at the moment? Well, Emmanuel Elyon, thanks for appreciating. You're quite lost from volleyball. We need you back. The legendary libero. He had his time, I think, at Sportes. Had his time at Nemo Stars. Had his time at KAVC until he finally decided that he has hung up the boots. Emma Elyon, what a player you were. Quite an incredible journey you had. Beautiful attack, this one. The youngsters from Elyon are having a good time, I can tell you. Opoya now with the service. I'm now tired of predicting what he's going to do with that one. He will definitely jump serve. It is only the power we are going to speak about. Will he choose to float it or hard? He chooses something very simple. And he gets exonerated by it. The ball is out. Yes, Federico there claiming that there was a touch on that one, but let us see. No, there was no touch, but he was definitely looking for it. And now Nemo Stars are forced into a timeout when they are trailing 4-8. They are trailing 4-8. Ayebare saying George should come and play for Nemo Guards. You people. to Mosime, he's saying it's his time to shine. I'm sure you meant Opoya. Brian Carson saying send regards to Olivia. Now, which Olivia are you talking about? There is even an Olivia who has been playing for VVC. I'm sure you meant that one. I will definitely send regards. The center blocker of VVC, I will tell her you have sent regards. Naigaga Shanita saying, I think I'll comment when the match is done. You better do. Tony Timon saying, see my OBs play with their arm. You people. Elyon Deng saying Nemo serving Opoya to put him off. It's a good strategy. But the young man showed last game that he can actually do both. He can receive and serve, but now he's going to serve. Beautiful service, that one. And Wellington making sure the ball does not return. Good strike in the middle. Very beautiful. But Lambert jumped late. By the time Lambert remembered to jump, Wellington was dispatching off the ball. Now on Napa with the service, he loves them jumping, and now let us see what he does. He discomforts that one. beautiful hit. It will be a free ball. Oh my God. Ochom Emmanuel hits that one hard. Beautiful, but the ball returns. And Smith dumps. Ah, my God. There's no one to cover that ball. No one to pick it up. They were all pulling out. Actually, I saw someone pulling out in 6. They're all attack-minded. They need to resort to a different strategy sometimes. Ah, my friend. Someone needs to tell Onapa that that is not what is expected of him, especially in this kind of game. I do not know how to describe that kind of service anyway. Someone is mentioning names that OSJ is saying is meaning in Atukunda Olivia. We shall send regards. We shall definitely send regards. Nicely picked up by George. It will be a beautiful strike. Yes, and there is a contestation. Okapi is saying the ball is out. Joshua saying the ball is on. What does the video challenge say? Okello Walter, even Okapi is scared when Opoya jumps. Akampa Asimwe saying Elyon is enjoying a good game. The referee insisting the ball was on. The referee is saying he saw it with his own eyes. Yes, Major. Oh, actually Major is insisting there was actually a touch. So even when the ball was out, there was a touch, and Major is saying he saw it. Yes, Major is insisting he saw it himself. Yes, Major is insisting he saw the touch. The first ref is insisting he saw the touch, and he's not allowing any of what Okapis is saying, and it will go Elyon's way. Nicely picked up by George, back set, and now, well, we are going to have them challenges. We are going to have the challenges. The strike by Onapa, let us see where it landed. Well, from where I'm seated, the ball was so fast. Oh, there was a touch on that one, and now there is a timeout. Yes, Team Elyon. Leon will move us saying Nemo has 100% success rate in middle. Okumo needs to put the game in middle. Kulumba saying good play Elyon. They need to keep Nemo in that pressure corner. Emma Stop saying service and a strike Owing and a strike Owinjo Ju. Bagaba Vincent, others doing addition, Onapa doing subtraction. I think you're in agreement with what Rukundo is saying. Onapa is a joker. Israel Kluger is saying, but this time around we need a national volleyball. A national volleyball purely. Jersey, oh, an outlet of, okay, you want an outlet where they can sell the jerseys, okay. Okay, keep them coming, keep them coming. We are here, by the way, it is just a 9:45. Ball is up, it shall be a free ball. Oh, ho, ho. The ball is still up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Despite the scrappy play from both sides, the ball finally lands on Nemo side. Yeah, I simply don't. Nemo Stars with the substitution. Wellington is taken off. Wellington is taken off. And Salva is brought on. You can only imagine for the block, but also for the hits. Back set. The ball is picked up, and what will the Elyon setter do? And the ball is beautifully blocked. And that will call for the Nemo signature celebration. Yeah, you can see that block there. The ball was on. You can see what that means to Captain George and his colleague Salva, whom they just combined to bring that ball down. Ojangole is saying, let me laugh and watch. Mugabe roll on Onapa Jeki but doesn't know how to score. Tomusime insisting that Onapa is a joker. My God. It will be a free ball to Nemo Stars. What will they do? Ball is still up. My God. Beautiful, beautiful strike from Owinjo on the line. Oh my God. I love that. There was a block touch there and the ball was set by the middle blocker Atubite. And Owinjo did not make any mistake. He struck that with a lot of power, precision and pace on that ball, and the ball simply couldn't return. 12-8, Elyon leading this set. Wow. Oh my God. And now Tom decides to wash the clothes and put them in the dust. Rukundo is wondering why Willington is being removed, and yet they could bring out Onapa. My friend, those are coach decisions. Smith with the service. Nicely picked up. One hand set. And Opoya simply couldn't get past Onapa this time round. Yeah, I think the one hand set was simply not perfect. Yeah, he found those hands there. He found those hands there and he simply couldn't go past them. Smith goes again. I told you, Opoya simply, the ball is now a free ball. And what will they do? It's a free ball now on Nemo's side. Smith pushes it to George. And Malinga realizes George is simply playing around. He decides to block that ball. And it goes the way of Nemo Stars. You can see what Malinga decided. Yes, he decided he has had enough. And he simply blocked that one. Samuel Elmong saying, Elyon boys, no one would like to face them in the next 2 years. As they gain more experience, Bagava, he should have tested Onapa's throat. You guys love violence, eh? Smith looking to reduce Elyon's lead, which is now 1 point. And he doesn't. The service goes away. It is now 13-11. Chris Ochen, let's try slowly. Onapa has an injury. And that argument, Opoya for Duke, this needs a discussion. Me, I'm not part of that discussion. I simply said Opoya needs to be called to the national team. What do we have here now? I can tell you Malinga is continuing to torment the Elyon side through the middle. And like someone correctly said, they do have an opportunity if they put those balls in the middle. That is Nemo Stars. Diana Akiteng, hard luck, my Elyon boys. Isn't it too early for you to call hard luck? I think that is too early for you. But now George captain with the service. He chooses a floater. And Opoya chooses a simple hit. It will now go the Ovonama. And as you can imagine, Federico couldn't simply go past that Elyon block. Combination between Silva. Yeah, you can see that. The ball actually was blocked out, but it found Federico there. It found Federico there. He was taking tea, and his cap was touched. Ayebare is saying Malinga is who he thinks he is. I agree. Brilliant strikes he's having in the middle. You can see that. Beautiful. My God, my God, my God. Malinga is enjoying. Redman is simply, I love it. Wow, wow. He's taking no prisoners. There is absolutely nothing Lambert could do about that. Emma Elanyu is saying he has not retired yet. That is music to my ears, and I would love to see you back. That is music to my ears. But now considering Opoya. Elanyu, considering the condition I found you in the last time I saw you, you are almost reaching my size. My brother, as a libero, you are joking. Isaac Odong saying Emma. Rukundo, all balls to middle. I think that you meant for Nemo Stars. Smith picks that nicely. And this time round, Onapa makes no mistake. Looks for that sharp diagonal and gets it. It is now 14-15, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Lambert is always late. Lambert is always late. And now Derek is brought on for Onapa. Yeah, Derek is brought on for Napa. He has those very nice services. I saw them in the first game. And let us see. Opoya should be subbed for Agre. Well. What does Derek do with the service now? It's a good pass. And the resultant backward attack finds Salva and Federico, and you can see what that means to them. Yeah, they found the arms there. Yeah, but you can see Opoya is telling his setter, just keep that ball higher, put it higher. Derek with the second bite at the cherry. ISJ Cosmas, if Elyon has a nice block, they would be with a rotation by now. Well, the service is working magic. You can imagine if you're the coach and you make such a substitution, and it has now so far scored 3 points. What can't this young man Derek do? He was brought on as a libero last time. He's now the dark horse, serving 3 times now. Derek. I think I overpraised the young man. He had me, and this time round he decided to put the ball in the net. No. Yes. The substitution is now reversed. Onapa brought back on for Derek. Nwamanya Amon saying, okay. Nwamanya Amon, how is Chigali? Hope you're having a good time. And listen, another advice saying, how can you not be late when you have red man? Yeah, I can only imagine. And Smith there choosing to dump that ball successfully. And now Nemo Stars in the lead for the very first time in this set. Alvin Ankunda, if Elyon could add middle attacks to the mix, maybe switch things up a little bit. Awelian Deng saying Elyon has refused to put up on the middle. All of you are saying the same thing. And I think the coach will definitely see that. But now Opoya making no other mistake in the middle. This time around going past the more experienced block of George and Salva. Where is the Mitoma boy? The Mitoma boy is injured, I think. We must be speaking about the young Nemo Stars boy. Agre, yeah. Agre is... Yeah, he got injured, the young man. Yeah, it was actually a bad one. I think even underwent surgery. Okay, yeah, I've been told he didn't undergo surgery, but he got injured. And I think we shall see him next season. Beautiful strike, that one by Salva. He hasn't had quite game playing time ever since he left OBB. I've been told he's very, very busy with work. And a beautiful block there. You can see what it means for Smith. Beautiful, beautiful block. They waited for Owinjo. Yeah, they waited for him. And I think he simply could have done better. He would have looked for Smith's right hand. You hit it while going out. Yes, that's what he would have done. And it is an ace by Salva, and the entire team goes off court in celebration. I can tell you, Elyon does not want Nemo Stars to get that kind of momentum because it will work against them. You can see that. And immediately it is the second time out for Team Elyon. And Daily Info is asking, when is next season expected? Well, we have quite a number of fixtures coming up. We have SEC, we have Zone 5, we have the Zone 5 countries. So, well, it's an action-packed year, but I think the league usually starts in September. Yes, I think. Rukundo saying Nemo has now gone. Bright Stick saying, Chatabuka, I agree. Leon, how do you look for right hand for an off system ball? Yeah, I know what you're saying. But well, we are talking about Owinjo here. Because now going by what you're saying he should have just hit those hands like he did, but well, a wise attacker, you simply hit those hands, but looking for the right arm to ensure that you direct the ball out. But now Salva with his third service, he's looking to close the set. 20 Nemo Stars leading. And the discomfort Sopoya, will it be a free ball? It is a free ball. It is actually not even a free ball. The ball is directed out. And yeah, he looked for the dump, but he couldn't get it. And now Ochom substituted for jersey number 6. Let me hope it is only a strategy to ensure that they receive well, otherwise they look resigned. Isaac Odong saying beautiful serve by Salva. I agree. This time around he doesn't get lucky, but the lead is quite comfortable for Team Nemo Stars. They are leading by 3 points. Rukundo Smith saying, I think Elyon wants to go home early. Hey, they have classes tomorrow, so you never know. They will frustrate Opoya. That is the intention. Frustrate Opoya, and the rest will not function. Mark Magic saying nice commentary, welcome. And now this time round, Federico gets his own share of bad passes, and this resultant attack by George simply doesn't go over. And now the lead is getting reduced. It is now to 2. And someone is agreeing that the boy shall not be frustrated. George Williams saying it's only fair that Nemo Stars goes through. We don't need a team that will hand Sportest the title. My friend, the team you're saying will hand Sportest the title, beat Sportest 3-0. So this is volleyball. Anything can happen. I don't think things will be as easy for Sportest as you think. Coco Melon observing that Happy is back. I don't know why you're observing that Happy is back, but yes, he is. We'll need to investigate. Where had you sent Happy last time? Coco Melon, where had you sent Happy last time? George Williams saying, so what if it was you? What would you do? Oh my God. And now we do have an Elyon service here. We are still ensuring that the court is safe to play at. They are drying it well. I think it is Atubite. Yes. No, it is jersey number 6. Let me just get the young man's name. My God, Maringa continuing to torment Elyon. Maringa is continuing to torment Elyon. And now Smith. Nicely done by Opoya. The ball is given to him, and this time around he strikes that. The ball is blocked out. It is still a very narrow lead, this one. Hey, 20-22, anything can happen, I can tell you. Two very good services, two blocks, and we are there, done and dry. Jump service, it's actually floater. And what will Smith do? Chooses to look for Nampa. And guess who has blocked him? It is Opoya. I told you the game is still wide open. Wide open. Coco Melon saying Nemo's defense was lacking. It's now on. Alan Karashan saying it's a game over. Alan Karashan, it is 21-22. You cannot call this game yet. Rugendo saying Mido is killing the young boys. I agree. Nicholas Kunsa as a Sporters fan. Elyon Jew. George Williams, Sporters lost to Elyon, yes, but in the finals, hey. Wow. Wow. I can tell you, Redman is continuing. He is tormenting the young boys in the middle. Even when the ball looks very far, he finds a way past Lambert. And Lambert thinks they simply carried that ball. That is what Lambert thinks, but the referee has nothing to do with that. You can see the second referee having a conversation with Joshua. And now Joshua encouraging his boys. George with the service as Nemo lead 23-21. And George goes for an ace. He predicted that Owinjo would simply pull out, and that would cause the libero. Yes, that was the right prediction. When Owinjo pulled out, the libero was discomforted. He simply couldn't move quick enough for him to pick a point, and now it's going to be set point. Team Nemo Stars. And now this time round, the ball, yes, it shall not cross. 22-24. George Williams saying, Karashan, please wake up. Malagala, oh, Malagala is sleeping. Area Paul, Ogwang, that's a dunk and a foul. Now, a former middle blocker himself, Area, is saying that was a dunk and a foul. Well, well, well. You're in agreement with the Elyon coach. Martin Zara, Opoya for president, 2030. Katushabe is saying bring the finals to Hoima Stadium. Hoima City, Ngawala. Owinjo with the service. And there we have it. It is 2 sets to Nemo Stars. Elyon 0, and everything to play for Team Elyon Stars. They did come up this time round, but they do have to make a lot of corrections, especially for their middle. I think Redman had a lot of chances in the middle. They need to correct that. Otherwise, it has been 2 good sets so far. Let us return with the 3rd set. As we were for the break, we did have an announcement that the first leg of the finals shall happen this Saturday at the MTN Arena. And that is Serie B and Serie A. So it is going to be an action-packed day from, I think, 10 till late in the night. And for Serie A, some finals have already been determined. The ladies, VVC shall be taking on KCCA. VVC, after beating up on unbeaten KCB Nkumba, they have gotten their first beating at the playoffs. But now we are underway. And Salva starts this one with putting that particular service through the net. And the second finalist for Serie A is Sportes, waiting on whoever shall go through. But as it stands, Nemo look like they have one leg there. Nicely picked up by Federico, and the ball is still up. Owinjo attempts the service, the set, but it shall be a free ball back to Nemo Stars, and they hope to punish. They do through Redman. I believe Smith has simply got his magic wand. Every time he's getting a very nice ball, the ball is up there, he simply looks for Redman, and Redman is not disappointing. And I've been seeing some people here saying that is the same thing that Elyon must do. Alan Karashan, you're saying what way I did over Nisimani. I can see quite a number of people here saying those are young men. But now another free ball to Nemo Stars, nicely picked up by George. And beautiful block by Atobite, who has had enough. He feels this time around, Redman shall not go past me, and you see, he waited. Yes, he did wait. The young man didn't simply jump, he waited, he was patient. And if he can bring those 5 more, I can tell you things will change. Baluku. Oh, poor pass by Federico, and they'll get punished. They do happy putting that away. It will be a free ball to Elyon. Free ball to Elyon, and what will they do? They hit that block combination between George and Redman. Baluku saying their unbeaten record lost, meaning just like Banang. The rest I will not read. Mogisha Dixon, 2 brothers called for the national team duty. Those are the conversations I want to read. But now those things you're telling me to read, Baluku. Now the young man takes that service away, and it will be now George. If Elyon doesn't do anything drastic in this particular set, they will be going home, they will be attending class tomorrow, and they will be sad. But I think they are proud with what they have achieved so far, and I encourage them to be proud with what they have achieved so far. Not a nice pass, Atobite with the emergency set. And as you can imagine, Opoya has nothing to do with free balls. He hits them as they come. As long as the ball is above the net, Opoya will hit it with the same power. And the only thing Onapa does is smile, because he simply can't believe that the young man has got out with that one. Yes, Redman continuing the torment through the middle. My word. Every time Smith is getting that ball, he's simply looking for Redman. And Redman is not disappointing. Nemo Ju, Sitariko Academy saying Nemo Ju. Mogisha Dixon, let the best team win. Simply saying let them go for preps. Well. Lambert having his own opportunity against Salva. And you can see what that means for the young man. Nicely picked up and the ball set for Lambert going past that block. But you know, you realize Salva didn't even jump. He simply used his height advantage and put his arms up. But it was too late. Lambert was already done and dusted. Isaac Kanyike saying Elyon players shouldn't stop jump serving. Well, they are within that kind of age bracket where they can explore everything. So yes, I agree, they should jump serve. But now when you come to much more older people, it is very difficult. Yes, the jump service is on. Onapa dodged it, the ball landed on the line. It's as though Onapa was playing, you can see, they looked for him. They looked for him, he ducked down, the ball landed right behind him. But I believe Owinjo would not want to replicate that because that ball landed with prayers. But I'm sure he's not going to reduce on the power on the service. He doesn't, and George will now send back a free ball. They will definitely get punished with that one. Yes, they get punished. They would get punished, I predicted, and they do. Yes, it was a correct prediction. Opoya simply doesn't make a mistake on those ones. Ayebare remontanda. Bernard Chifuko is saying he's enjoying from Kamali. How is Kamali district? My village near there, Buwanome is my village. Isaac Kanyike, Elyon players shouldn't stop jump serving. I read that. Yes, the jump services are working wonders. But I love that kind of attitude. Nemo Stars calling for a timeout, trailing 3-7. Miracle Josh, leave that word alone. Brian Eric saying Elyon is coming back. Well, let us see what Owinjo says about that. This time round, George picks it up nicely. And the ball is up. And Libero had hoped that George would simply touch the ball or the ball would land on court. Neither happened. Neither happened. And that is the kind of match relief Nemo needed. They needed to break that service. Onapa comes off for Derek. I think the coach, remembering that the services of Derek worked miracles last time, he decides to bring him on. I believe it is early, but well, it will work or it won't. Let us see what happens. Silva Okiring saying, I love the joining sets from the Elyon setter. Ndiziwe Zulkif. Hey Herbert, how are you Zulkif? Yes, and the services are working. Yeah, discomforting that Elyon defense. Sorry, reception. Yeah, you can see they made an overpass and Salva simply blocked that one. Zulkif, the former volleyball player. Acting volleyball player. Derek continues, and what does he deliver now? It is nicely picked up, not comfortably, but it will work because Opoya makes sure the ball does not return. He gets that. He says, no, 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 no. He decides to take matters in his own arms and hands. And now the substitution is reversed. On upper back, Derek taken off. Opio Fazil, I'm proud of these young boys. They have really given us their best this season. I entirely agree. 6 out now. Ochom brought back on. Actually, he's just being brought on. He did not start. That is the change I forgot to mention. Brian Muhindi saying only the strongest survives, that the boys lead, but they will follow later. Opoya not very successful with the services this game. Yeah, he puts that one away. Dennis Barasa, I wish Nemo Stars all the best. Zulukif, King Solo agreeing that Zulukif is indeed a retired volleyball player. Aha. And now Federico gets his opportunity with the service. He had a very fiery first set. He has since not been as active as he was in the first set. But well, he's a very good utility player, that one. Still very young. And George simply doesn't wait for anyone to set for him the ball. He is the other player who does not have a free ball in his vocabulary. Yeah, George watches those arms of Lambert. Using all his experience, simply drives that ball past his arms and it lands, and there's no one to pick that one up. Opoya with the pass. And what does Okapis do? Okapis is in disagreement. Okapis thinks. Yes, Okapis thinks the ball landed outside. Okapis thinks the ball landed outside. What does the video challenge do? Let us wait for it. I can see the kind of battle here between King Solo and Zulukif. Me, I've decided to go out of that war. Hey. King Solo is now a bodybuilder. Hey, Zulukif, but there's no difference. You people. Okay. And now the decision goes the way of Elyon. The ball was on, but now Lambert, quite ambitious, puts that service away. And Nemo slowly catching up, now trailing by only 1 point. And this is the point where they have been losing it. Now a substitution. Setters direct substitution, 4 out, 13 in. This is the point Elyon usually lose it, especially going by the previous 2 sets. They would need high levels of concentration. Otherwise, it will not be very nice for them. Salva with the service. He chooses it simple, picked up nicely by Opoya. And the young man, Ochom Emmanuel, using that short blocker. And now Elyon back with their lead. They need to win a set at least to remain in this game. They need it. Otherwise, they shall be heading back home for preps and for school tomorrow. Oh! Well, well, well. Who would have thought that Redman would strike that very beautiful ball out? Yeah, this time around the wrist became rigid and he couldn't simply keep that one down. Nicely picked up by Federico. And guess what? Typical of Smith. He confirms. He loves confirming. Yes, he loves, because in his mind he believes if you think the last one was his mistake, well, now I've given you this one, let us see what you do with that. And Redman makes no mistake. He executes that with good power. Nemo still trailing, but not very far. And the game is still quite early and young. Smith with the service. He knows how to serve them. Well, this one is passed nicely. The resultant attack by Ochom is blocked. And now it will be 10-11. Yeah, he found Redman there. Redman simply came and joined George, and there is nothing, and he directed the ball down. There is nothing the young man could do about that. No one was there to pick that up. Smith once again. I hope they don't let him get pick momentum, because they will not like it. Well, no sooner had I mentioned that, Opoya listened to what I said, and he decided that he has had enough. Yeah, very late for Onapa. He couldn't keep time. The young man, Opoya, hitting in between those two blocks and off Onapa's block, back onto the court. And George, my God. Well, well, well. There is some kind of relief for Elyon, because they did make a mistake. They served George. They hit George. George failed to keep that up. Somehow the ball was kept in play. And the result was luck on their side. Happy passes that well. Back set for Onapa. And he makes no mistake. Off the shot block. Nemo chasing this one. I'm sure if you spoke to any of them, they would want to conclude this today and in this set. Because if they let the young men take any set, it will be some unwanted pressure. George with the service. And Owinjo Silva puts that away. Mahomza Onesma saying Onapa is not serious. I will tell him that you have said that. Well, George with a beautiful service. And Opoya with an even better block against Onapa. Wow, unbelievable. Beautiful block. Beautiful. I'm now starting to agree with whoever said Onapa is not serious. Adieri is asking and wondering whether they can't just keep the ball up for some time. That usually happens in ladies volleyball. Well, like I told you, Redman is taking no prisoners today. And Adieri, you have got your response. George William said, keep the ball up. Is it a balloon? Tomusime thinks that Onapa needs redemption. Aha. Coco Melon saying not at all. And Rukundo insisting Onapa is a joker. Well, let's have this game. It is a block out. Salva's block couldn't be kept anywhere close the court. And now Elyon. Elyon with the lead, 15-13. Beautiful strike, that one off the service. And Smith doing wonders. Lambert, I think, chose to jump with Smith. I can tell you. Just watch that. Beautiful block by Salva. Yeah, you can see his signature celebration, saying, I cannot hear you. And guess what? Nemo Stars are level. Nemo Stars are level at a very dangerous time for Elyon. I do not see Elyon the way they are playing. They seem resigned, except if they get a much needed reprieve from the Onapa service. Let us see if it goes over. Nobert Muganzi saying Onapa should start to drink beer. My friend, even us the beer takers do not want him. Onapa chooses it simple. And this time round, Opoya makes no mistake. Yeah, he usually doesn't make two mistakes in a row. He doesn't. You get him once, you won't get him the second time. George Williams saying Onapa can go above Opoya. Problem is just wants to pin the ball. Hey, wisdom. Moments on Esmas, even the boys lose. This is a great show. I agree. Salva joins the party as he hits that in the middle. King Solo says Onapa became a joker and Smith benched him. Then he was chased away from KVC. Too much info here. Coco Melon saying, Elyon, you did your best. I agree. Gabriel Boa saying, if Elyon had an active middle, Nemo would be no match. And someone is wondering what they feed the Opoya on. Well, I saw a picture early on Twitter. Opoya was feeding on nails and metal. Yeah, George there quite with some wisdom. One hand block. And the young man couldn't keep that on. And now, do we have a challenge? It is not. Yes, we do have a challenge. I think Coach Joshua Elyon is challenging. He believes there was a net violation. Yeah, but I think there was no net violation from what I've observed. It was the ball that netted. Yeah, I think he has wasted that challenge. He would have needed it. Isaac Adong is saying that's when Nemo needs Salva. Daily Info Opoya on Alaska. Those names confusing. Lokuya Emmanuel saying you need 2 kgs tomorrow of the metals Opoya is eating. Elyon boys count them on national finals in USSSA. But there is also Bokedea. Yeah, as we had predicted, there was no net violation. There was no crossing, no net violation. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that block by the captain of Nemo Stars. George Williams saying Lambert should sub himself out. Like you should just walk to the touchline and say, I'm going. Well. Winnie Kobusinje believes Elyon coach needs a timeout. Opia picks up that nicely and it hits the way of Ochom, who makes sure he uses that shot blocker. And Salva is shaking his head. He's wondering how the young man went past him. Elyon now leveling matters, 17 up. Kanyike believes this is now the time to separate men from boys. George Williams saying, Smith, you mean you're better than Onapa? That conversation, eh? Jude, you're wondering how old Opoya is. The young man is young. He's very young. Why is he 14? He must even be the same age of his shirt number. 10 years. The guy is young. He just feeds on metal. Yes, but we haven't seen the best of George, by the way. We haven't. I think he's slowly accepting that it is now the time for the young lads. And guess what? Salva gets himself an ace out of the miscommunication between Opoya and his colleague. Yeah, Opoya and Ochom simply couldn't agree. Both very good receivers, and now Team Elyon heads for a timeout. Ndiziwe Zulkif believes the decisive game is not bad for Elyon. Yeah, I agree. I think they have done their best. They have definitely done their best. Akankunda saying Opoya is fire and Gumite. Levian, how are you, Levian? My man, I'm enjoying. Thank you. Rukundo Smith, stop comparing me with that. I think you guys, we need to get you like some kind of you need to flex your muscles, eh? Wrestling or something like that. Interesting games they have been today, but the highlight of the day is that KCB Nkumba, having been unbeaten the entire season, have lost to VVC, and by the way, it is the first loss they are getting. They got thumped over the weekend, and today VVC only came to Concord. But Nemo Stars have determined that that shall not happen to them. Joan saying Opoya is 15 years old and in senior too. Joan Itochisosa. Free ball to Nemo Stars, and they will not wait for the free ball. And you can see how incensed the libero for Elyon is. Now Nemo Stars taking this away. Will it be 3-0? It seems so. The young lads simply did not come today. Now the changes are coming. Jersey number 6, that is Pamu, on for Ochom. And Peterson is being brought on for jersey number 13. Adieri, 14 before my boys started playing volleyball, those guys were playing. You guys, we are all in agreement that Opoya is under 18. Let us agree that he's under 18. Now, Mel Madud saying George should take Genesis out after timeout. Yeah, after timeout, but should be called Genesis. Rita Onapa, I mean, hey, you want to find out how old Onapa is? Yes, Leon saying that running serve by Salva is lethal. I agree, because he's tall. So you'd expect that service to go slightly above the net. Very discomforting. Now, Elyon with the service. Nicely picked up by Federico, and it is a block out. The young man, Atubite, had simply waited. He touched the ball, but it was never meant to be. Juan Crespo, you are in Kamori enjoying the commentary and volleyball. Thank you for watching and following. Baluku even Chijambo is abanange. No. Nedda banange. Smith this time round puts that away. And now Elyon attempting to chase. Tumusime Roy believes Onapa is also young. I've left that conversation of age. Let us concentrate on volleyball. Atubite with the service. He makes it simple but quite discomforting for Federico. And the ball is over, but out. Well. Is this the time? This is the time Nemo Stars takes it away. The game is now at the business end. Nemo Stars leading 22, Elyon chasing 19. And as things stand, the coach of Elyon does not wait for that service. He decides to take advantage of his timeouts, at least for the boys to cool off. But I can tell you they have had a very good run. Yes, this is their first time reaching this level, and I think it is good for them. They have a huge future ahead of them, and they can definitely be perennial presenters in the playoffs. I hope to see them next season. This has been a very good outing for them. We do return from that timeout. Elyon is saying the Nemo haters are overcrowding the comment section. Coco Melon saying well done. Now Elyon, for you, which team are you hating on? Because you are part of the crowd. Ball is pushed, and yes, the ball goes out. Yes, correctly so. Even from where I'm seated, that ball was out. I can simply have a confirmation. Yes, it was almost close to the line, but it was out. Lozia saying well displayed Team Elyon. I agree, they have had a very good display of volleyball. Ball is up, happy, nice pickup. And George wanted to hit that ball 5. He ballooned it away. I think you could hear the touch. It was the fingers. It simply couldn't land in the palm very well. 20-23. Does Elyon have what it takes to take this set? Let us see what Atubite does with the service. Simple service, easily picked up by Federico. And he chooses a dump off Owinjo's hands. And it is a match point, Team Nemo Stars. And if nothing changes, and as I predict nothing will change, we shall meet over the weekend to have the first games of the finals for both Serie A and Serie B. Great, Julie saying thanks Elyon. I think Elyon have really had a good turn up for these playoffs. There is really, and that is it. That is it. Onapa concludes this one with a beautiful block. Much needed from them. Yeah, one-man block. Beautiful. And there we have it. Nemo Stars have earned their right to play Sportes in the finals. First game coming up over this weekend. And there we have it. Thank you for being very good people on the comment section. Thank you for watching STEAM Media bringing you these games live. We shall continue to bring you these games over the weekend, starting this Saturday at the MTN Arena. Have yourselves a very warm and good evening.
Uh.